Oh, welcome back to the Football Zone, and today we are reviewing the Champions League action from the week and previewing the Premier League action coming up. And starting off with Newcastle's 0-0 draw against AC Milan. And yeah, AC Milan may have dominated the game. Newcastle probably feel fortunate to get away with a point, but still, they got a point. And I think away at San Siro, probably not going to have probably one of the tougher places to go in Europe. And they'll be very pleased with that, and gives them a chance to give them really a chance in their home matches. So I think, yeah, they'll be delighted with that though. Moving on into Man City, and yeah, they oversaw their opponents pretty comfortably here. They actually did go behind in the 45th minute, but Alvarez with two and Rodri with the other, in the end made it a quite comfortable win for Man City. And yeah, just how they wanted to start their season. Very, very, very important for them. But yeah, I think Man City, as you can see, they kind of seem like inevitable. Could just walk through this group, and it seems like that's exactly what they could do. But moving on into Arsenal, slightly big occasion for them. Their first Champions League game in a long, long time, and against PSV. And yeah, I mean, absolutely walks for it for a 4-0. Goals from Saka, Trossard, Jesus, and Odegaard. Yeah, dominant win for Arsenal. And yeah, absolutely dominated the game, really. Not much that PSV could have done about it, and I think really just highlighting the quality difference. So yeah, they'll be absolutely delighted, and good win for them. Moving on then to Bayern Munich, and yeah, they pretty much destroyed Manchester United. I think 4-3 on paper, but in the end it could have been so much more. Sane and Gnabry made it 2-1 before Hodgson pulled one back. Kane made it 3-1. Casemiro pulled one back. Then Bayern scored. It's almost like every time Man United scored, Bayern scored again. Casemiro got a late goal. But yeah, Bayern totally dominant in the stats. United probably did well to make it seem as close as it was, but in the end, yeah, it was a disappointing show from them. But moving on then to Man City as they took on Nottingham Forest at the Etihad, and yeah, Man City, obviously coming off the back of that Champions League win on a rich vein of form at the moment. I think, yeah, they'll be feeling very confident going into this one against the Forest side, who, have been through their peaks and troughs, let's say, through the season. It's been an interesting season for them, but I think, Man City at home, it's going to be a very tough game for anybody, isn't it? And I'm predicting Man City will stroll through comfortably. Moving on into Luton against Wolves, and yeah, I think this is a big game for both of these teams. We got the point where Luton have been in the Premier League, and they celebrated it. They're just happy to be there. I think now is the time where they'll really want to start and pick up some points. And yeah, against the Wolves side, who still struggling, I think, a bit. This will be a big game for both of these teams, but I think Wolves will go into this one thinking, surely we've got to beat Luton, etc, etc, etc. So yeah, it's a big game for both these teams, and I can see it playing out as a draw. I'm going to say 1-1. Moving on into Palace as they take on Fulham at Selhurst Park. London derby, this one, of course. And yeah, Palace, I think, coming to this one, obviously looking to bounce back from that defeat to Villa last night, late show. Fulham as well, getting that win against Luton, it's a big win for them. They'll be looking to build on momentum. But I think, on the whole, you've just got two evenly matched sides here who I don't expect to be in any danger of being playing Championship football next season. But yeah, at the same time, I can't really see them pushing for Europe. But I think at home, I'm going to say Palace will just have the edge. I'm going to say 2-1. Moving on then to Brentford as they take on Everton at the Brentford Community Stadium. And yeah, Brentford coming into this one, I think we'll be feeling pretty confident. Everton losing to Arsenal last night was a close run thing, but yeah, I think Brentford not had the most ideal start themselves, but I think still will be feeling confident and feeling like they can get something out of this. I'm going to say it will be a home victory because, yeah, Everton, I don't know, I'm just really not convinced by them at the moment. I'm going to say it'll be a 1-0 win to them. Moving on into Burnley as they take on Manchester United at Turf Moor. And yeah, Burnley coming into this one, it's been a bit of a struggle for them so far, more so than I expected, I have to say. But yeah, Manchester United, it's been a struggle for them also. I think Burnley getting that point against Nottingham Forest will hopefully give them some momentum. But for Manchester United, another defeat in the Champions League, it kind of feels like a game which they must win. I think they will have just about enough. I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to United. Moving on into Liverpool as they take on West Ham at Anfield. And yeah, Liverpool coming into this one on a really good rich vein of form. West Ham losing to Man City last night, but I think they'll still be feeling pretty confident coming into this on a good spell themselves. But at the same time, yeah, it's probably a game which West Ham, if we're offered a point, they'll take it. Liverpool, probably not. So yeah, I think Liverpool In this game, you'd expect them to really be driving on the pressure. And I think it'll be a close run game, but I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to the ball. Moving on then to Chelsea as they take on Aston Villa at Stamford Bridge. And yeah, this is a game where Chelsea, I was just expecting better and really thinking we'd get better, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah. Really disappointing. Taking on the Villa side, though, look a decent side themselves. And yeah, we'd expect more, but we'd expect more from them than Chelsea at the moment. That just kind of says a lot. But I think at home, Chelsea, they've got to get the season going. Why can't it be this time? I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to Chelsea. Moving on into Brighton as they take on Bournemouth at the Amex. And yeah, Bournemouth still not won a game there this season, I don't think. Brighton out on a really good brain of form under Roberto De Zerbi. I think, yeah, this is a game which Brighton, over their South Coast kind of neighbours, it'll be a game which they're definitely targeting and expecting to get 3 points from. And yeah, I think anything less than that probably will be a disappointment for them. So I'm going to say it will be 1-0 to Brighton. Moving on then to Arsenal as they take on Tottenham, and a game that I'm really looking forward to because yeah, it feels like the first time in a long time the two North London neighbours will be feeling pretty confident about this one. With Arsenal coming into this one in really good form, as are Tottenham, look revitalised under Ange Postecoglou. I think Arsenal being at home will potentially provide them with an advantage, but I think, yeah, you underestimate Ange's Tottenham at your peril because we've seen what a good side they are. It's going to be a close one thing, and I'm going to say it'll be 2-0 to the Arsenal. Moving on into Sheffield United as they take on Newcastle at Bramall Lane. And Sheffield United, it's not been the best start to life at their place. Paul Heckingbottom, rumours about his job security, etc., etc. They'll be hoping for a much improved performance this time out. And Newcastle coming into this one, I think, yeah, good draw against AC Milan will give them really good momentum. And I'm going to say that the Toon will be fancying their chance coming into this one. I'm going to say 3-0. But anyway, guys, that's it really. Thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Next, what's going to be football news. Subscribe to the channel, it's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.